Whenever I game, I tend to not really do anything alongside gaming. Like, something that I've noticed recently is that a lot of people like to watch movies or TV shows or blare music or what have you, as well as I've noticed that a lot of people tend to eat while they play their video games. And that's something that I don't really do. I've noticed, like, whenever I see those videos, I tend to compare myself. I'm just like, yeah, I don't really do that. And I never really was one to eat while playing video games, at least as far as I remember. I know, like, you know, currently, like, as, like, who I am as, like, an adult and stuff, I tend to usually just focus on the video game and just only that. So, meaning no music really, no videos or whatever. Like, I do sometimes listen to videos or stuff whenever I'm doing grinding where I don't really need to listen to the game audio. But for the most part, I tend to just, like, narrow my focus onto the video game. Until recently. Recently, I have been playing a lot of video games on my PS2, my PlayStation 2. It's hacked. I recently put on the PlayStation Broadband Navigator onto my PS2, which is pretty much just a dashboard that was created for Japanese users that allows you to do, like, a lot of things like multimedia, like an extended multimedia capabilities, internet stuff. It's pretty much like a proto PS3 almost, but, you know, with some caveats. And ever since then, I have been slowly, you know, like, more and more been playing on my PS2. And I remember just one day, like, we went out and we were doing something. I think we had to stop by somewhere, and then on the way back, I was just like, "Can we go to Taco Bell?" And we went to Taco Bell, and I picked up my order that I made on the mobile app, and then we went back home. And then I was just like, before we left, I was in the middle of playing my PS2. I was playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. Solid game. I do intend to make a video on that. It's a very, very interesting video game. I have a lot to say about it. That's why I want to make a video. But yeah, I was in the middle of playing Tony Hawk, and then we got back. I was like at an impasse. I was playing a video game before I got back, and now that I'm back, I have the video game, but I have food. These two usually don't, go hand in hand. Until I thought to myself, well, I'm pretty sure that I could, make this work. I could probably eat while playing my video game. Like I said before, I've never really done that. I don't know if I did it, like, as a child. I probably did when I was a little dumb baby. But, like, as an adult, I don't do that. And, I think the reason for that is because I have a nephew, and he does tend to eat while playing video games. And I noticed that, like, the controllers and stuff that he would use, and all the accessories where he plays his games and stuff, like the table and stuff, it tends to be really greasy and really gross. And, like, I guess that kind of turned me off from the idea of playing while eating, like, and stuff. And I'm not against, like, things like, eating like a candy or whatever, like, just like eating, like, or drinking, eating, like, some small, like, finger foods. On occasion, I would eat, like, chips or whatever. On occasion. It's definitely not often. But generally, I would just drink, like, sodas or whatever, and that's it. That would be the extent of it. Until that day, where I set up a little TV tray, and I put my Taco Bell. I got the Lux box. I put the Taco Bell Lux box on there. I opened it up. I put my drink on the TV tray, and I moved it to the side, to my left side, and I got to playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, and I feel like that was probably the most perfect game that I could have done, because it's a bit start and stop with that game, because you go around. It's like compared to the other Tony Hawk games like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1, 2, and 3, Pro Skater 4, it allows you to, like, go around the levels and stuff without the 2-minute timer. You could go around the level and you could skate to your heart's content, and while you're skating around, you could run into these people who have, like, arrows over their heads. And if you skate up to them and press the circle button, you could talk to them, and then they give you the goals that you have to do for the levels. And, you know, I would go through a goal, I would finish it, and then after I finish it, and it shows me like the, congrats, you beat the goal or whatever, and it's showing the little character just sitting there, standing there, and just being like, all right, you did it, clap, clap, clap. During that little interim, I would, you know, go over, lean over, and I would just like take a bite from my Taco Bell, or I'd take a sip from my Baja Blast. And I did that like over the course of like an hour, and I gotta say, I think I see now why people, you know, fix themselves up like a good hearty meal, set it aside on the table, and then they just, you know, go to work on their game or whatever, and then they, you know, eat and stuff. And yeah, it's a really, how should I say, comforting experience. It feels so calming. It feels like, you know, like in this moment in time, like there's nothing that could go wrong. Like the whole world, like outside of like where I'm sitting, just doesn't exist. Right now, time has stopped, and all I have to worry about is, you know, if I could beat this goal before my Crunchwrap Supreme gets cold. And it almost makes me feel like a kid, where there's just not that much like to worry about like in life. It's just like, you know, you go to school, you know, very, very menial things, stuff that, you know, definitely does not compare to having to be an adult. It feels a lot like that. It feels like I'm a kid, especially, you know, having to like worry about like getting my controller all greasy. Of course, before I would touch the controllers, I would like wipe my hands and stuff, because there is no way I'm going to ruin, especially this PS2 controller, which has not been produced in like over like 20 years. I am not going to get this thing greased up and like destroy the analog sticks or whatever. This was pre-owned, and it's already pretty much destroyed on like its own because of that. So I don't want to add on to that. And yeah, it's something that like I could definitely see myself doing like more often. At least when it comes to playing like in the living room. I feel like the living room, playing in the living room and eating in the living room like together, I feel like that makes way more sense, especially because there's a lot more space compared to where my computer is set up. I don't really have that much space. I mean, I do have like a bed that's nearby, but I wouldn't really want to trust that as a table. But also, I feel like playing in the living room kind of evokes that sense of childhood that I was speaking about a little bit ago, where, you know, you would tend to have like I guess like the common area where you would have like the TV as well as like your video game console, and you're just playing there, and you just, you know, you're just laying on your front, and you just got like a plate of like cookies or snacks or whatever, and you're trying your darndest to get through Rainbow Road on Mario Kart Wii or something. And yeah, it really did get me feeling a little nostalgic. And, you know, I felt like, you know, of course this may seem like a nothing topic, but considering I have been focusing a bit more on like nostalgic stuff, I felt like it was a bit, you know, like fitting to talk about on this channel right now, because, you know, retro gaming and I guess eating dinner just feel like, you know, like the perfect dynamic duo, I guess. And yeah, just wanted to share my my experiences with eating Taco Bell while playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. I know I am playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 in this, but that's because I did feature Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 footage in several other videos, and if I'm going to be making a dangle like video about that game like on its own, well, I'd rather you not have to see more Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 until then. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great, well, I was playing this at night, so I hope you have a great night too, if you happen to be watching it at that time. Happy eating and happy gaming, I guess. Bye-bye!